Welcome back. The day the former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, was laid to rest in his hometown of Daura, in his compound, a lot of pictures emerged. It was a very emotional moment for the people that were present, as well as the nation, for those who admire and love him. And one of those who admire and loves him like a father is the governor of Katsina State, Governor Radda. He couldn't hold back his tears. His humanity kicked in, and it was one of the pictures that made headlines across board. But this is not just him just doing crying. I'm sure there's a deeper relationship between him and the late former president of Nigeria, which is why we're having this conversation with him about his relationship with the former president as well as other issues. Let's bring in our guest, the governor of Katsina State, Governor Radda. Your Excellency, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Excellency, our condolences as an individual and as a station are with you for the loss. I know you are still in mourning, and we thank you for taking our time to come, though it's quite early. But one of the things I would like you to speak to is that moment. Only you yourself and you know what exactly was going through your mind. If you want to share that particular moment when you stood over his body and you couldn't hold back your tears, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, may Almighty Allah forgive his sins. May Almighty Allah accept him in blessing. But actually, late President Muhammad Buhari was a father. I see him as a father. I see him as a guide. I see him as a feeler. And I hold him with high esteem and regard. For such kind of person whom the whole country was looking onto at one time, a person who was the former president just in the last 2 years and some months, is being laid to rest, is being put inside the ground and being buried. It's really something that has to touch us, because we have been enjoying his support during his life. He has been such like an advisor. He has been a guider. He has been everything to me, honestly. And then if you look at the situation, we never expected him to die at that moment, because even his sickness was not so pronounced. It was only very lately that it started to filter in the media. But it's something that we have never expected it to happen at that time. We were still enjoying his life, and this is a person that has given out all his life to this nation. And he has always been thinking about the masses. He has always been thinking how Nigeria will be united, how you keep on how the country can be put in one. Because whenever you are having conversation with him, he always talk about Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. How are we going to get Nigeria out of those problems that Nigeria is facing? Late President Muhammad Buhari was a human being, and he can be right in so many things. He can be wrong in other things, but the general consensus the Nigerian has over him is that he was a good man. You cannot doubt his integrity. You cannot doubt his honesty. You cannot doubt his love for this country. And this is such a person that deserves respect. This is a person that the nation has really shown respect for. When I saw the overwhelming crowd that came wishing him well, praying, and when I saw the family members, and I could not hold myself because I could imagine, because I lost my parents, and I could imagine how painful that could be for anybody, especially General Muhammad Buhari, who has been serving this nation was the last 50 years. The whole situation at that time was really horrific to all of us, and we could not believe what we saw. And but that wasn't the first time that this kind of things happened in Kaduna. But you know, I was not the governor at that time, and but this time it happens that I was the governor of the governor. Sorry, so I had to pull myself together so that we could see to the end of the ritual. But the most important thing that we have lost a pillar, we have lost a father, we have lost. This is a monumental loss to the people of Katsina State. I'm telling you, and I'm feeling it inside me that we have lost him, and then it will have a bearing on us because we are all looking onto him for guide. But now that we don't have him, we have to start looking elsewhere to see what can be done. And we know that certain respect we got everywhere. We are benefiting from his good work, the good work he has done for this country. So it's a very big loss to us that we have to be emotional, honestly.
Right, and it's really striking to see. But I know that you go way back with the former president. I mean, you were chief of staff to the Katsina State governor, then appointed DG of Smedan under the Buhari government 2016. So you must have had a very close relationship with him up until the time you, of course, became governor. I recall, I think it was in January, in the build-up to the local government election, he was there as well, and you were excited. He spoke about how he expected the election to go free and fair. I think some months after you hosted his wife, you and your wife hosted his wife in your home. But of course, you must have had meetings that were not public with him after that. Do you remember the last time, the last meeting you had with him? What did he leave with you?
You know, the last meeting we had with the late president was when he was about to move to Kaduna from Daura, because he has been with us for almost 2 years, slightly. But the last time I went, he was telling me that I was soon going to leave you. We'll go to Kaduna and rest, because I was thinking that when I come to Daura, people may not have time to be visiting, but people keep on visiting. Even with the increase in the fuel price, people are still coming, putting money together to hire a bus to come and greet me from all over the nation. So he said that, so I know that I have burdened you, because you have been receiving visitors on my behalf. I'm shuttling between Daura and Katsina, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to Kaduna and leave you to the country to govern. And that only God can solve Nigerian problems. But I have done my best. He said he has done his best, and the nation. Some were grateful, some were not. But I thank God that I'm now free, and that I can do other things. I can watch television. I can read newspapers. I can play and chat with my colleagues. So he said that he's not a free person, but he pities us, because he knows that governing Nigeria is a very difficult thing. But I should go and try my best, try to be just and be guided. And you know, sometimes when he speaks anything or something funny happens, he used to, this is his common word is, oh my good God, oh my good God. So whenever there is anything that, if you said anything that is so funny or surprising, you say, oh my good God. So this has been the common things that we used to discuss. But every time I go, he used to guide me on being honest, try your best. You cannot satisfy people, but do what you think is best for the state. But so far, you have been doing good work. Keep it on. And then another thing is that we invited him on many occasions when I was a governor, and he came to Katsina. You know, one last thing that he does at his last outing in Katsina was, there was somebody who was singing a song to me at that venue, but surprisingly, that was the first time I saw him bringing out money from his pocket and giving it out to the singer. I think at that moment, everybody was surprised because almost all the people in the hall says that they have never seen such kind of things that happened with the last with late president. So this was the last outing he had, and people were so happy with what they saw him when they saw him, and then what he does, and then to me, there was never a time we invited him for any event since when I was a governor that he did not attend. Uh, Even the last time when I lost my mom, he called me on phone and sympathized with me and sent a powerful delegation. At that time, he was not feeling so well. I think just a week after my mom died, that he went to London hospital. So I think I will still remember him as a father. I will still remember him, and I hold him in a very, very high esteem. And he's one of the few Nigerians that I respected. I always respect leaders who have high sense of integrity, who have the heart of the country at heart, and those who are very courageous in taking decisions that may be beneficial to the people of Nigeria.
Right.
Because you have to be very strong for you to be able to hold and take decisions as a leader.
You know, what a year it has been for you, Governor Radda. You lost your mom in March, at the age of 93, and now you've lost a father figure in Muhammadu Buhari, age 82. I imagine, those losses will be taking their toll on you, but of course you have the job of governance to do. And for a lot of people, they are waiting to see how will Katsina State, under you at least, honor his legacy? How would you remember him? What do you have in plan to basically immortalize this man? Is that something you're thinking about, and what would it look like?
You know, the house I'm sitting in now was named after him. The government house of Katsina is called General Muhammadu Buhari House. And I was thinking of having a state executive council next week, which can be, we'll remember him, pray for him, and then think of what the state could still do to honor him. And also, it's something that is an obligation on us to look after his family, to make sure that things are going on smoothly. I will continue to support the family whenever there is any need for that. And then we cannot even count what we intend to do to support him. But the good thing is I have to appreciate the people of the state for such a momentum crowd that came out since from Katsina up to the time we reached Daura to say their farewell to our fallen hero. And then I must say that we appreciate all Nigerians, because honestly, this is one of the most celebrated funeral that we have ever seen in this country. And you know that the former president has a cult followership. He has been consistent to those followership, and even after office. And that has shown in Daura. We have seen that, and we appreciate the people. But most especially, I must say that we must thank the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The people of Katsina State were so happy with him. So happy with him. We really appreciate him for honoring our father at the time we needed him the most. Because once he had the death, he sent the vice president and his chief of staff to accompany the call from London to Nigeria. And then again, he kept about 25 ministers under the leadership of the vice president, here accepting condolences on his behalf. And the visiting head of state that came, and all other dignitaries from all walks of life that came to Katsina. We have no words to thank Nigeria than to say we appreciate you. And also, most importantly, declaring Tuesday as a public holiday to allow Nigerians to pray for our, and also lowering the flag for 7 days to mourn his death. Those are not things that we'll take for granted. These are things that we appreciate, and we thank Mr. President, and we thank all Nigerians and all leaders of the world who have sent their condolences to us, to the federal government, and to the family and relatives of the late President Muhammad Buhari. May Almighty Allah bless him, accept him in Jannah, and also forgive his weaknesses.
All right, Your Excellency, before we let you go, you've alluded to his qualities, his leadership, and all of that. But I want to find out from you in closing, if you can do it in 2 minutes, what are the qualities and leadership style you've seen from him at close proximity that you want to build on to better impact the people of Katsina State going forward as a governor?
You know, I've said it even yesterday that it's not just about us saying all those good qualities of the late President Muhammad Buhari, but it's for us to imbibe those qualities and practice them. You know, we have a lot of burden on us now because we are empty. We felt so empty. So what we need to do is to try to see what can we do to emulate him, to do those good things that he has done for this country. First, as leaders, we need to be honest. We need to be sincere in what we are doing. We have to take the heart, we have to put our shoes on the shoes of the people we are governing so that we appreciate the kind of position they are. We have to be humane because we have to be humble. We are not dictators. We are supposed to be leaders. If we are leaders, we have to be so free with our people, and we have to be so humble to our people and try to do our best for the benefit of our people. And I will promise we will try to do our best to emulate his good qualities so that our people can benefit and Nigerians can benefit from those qualities we learned from our father figure, late President Muhammad Buhari. So I was in a kind of a mix because I had a very cordial and good relationship with the late President Umar Musa Radda, who have guided me through politics. And I also had a good relationship with the former president. And if you look and compare them, you will see that most of them have high sense of integrity, honesty, and love for the country at heart. So we'll try to build on those qualities. And all of them happen to come from Katsina State. And if we didn't learn from those qualities of those our leaders, past leaders, we have lost our status because we are known for that. These are people that all came from Katsina State. The good thing we will do is to make sure that we do the right things, so that once, if had they been there alive, they will be happy with us. If they've seen what we are doing for the benefit of people. And this is not only confined to Katsina, it's generally for all the leaders, emerging leaders in the country, to be able to imbibe the good qualities of our leaders so that Nigerians can benefit from it.
Governor Radda, thank you so much for coming on the program, on condolences, as well as we know you're mourning, so we'll let you, but we thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your TV station for covering all the activities of the late president. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you as well. Governor Diko Radda is the governor of Katsina State. Thank you, sir. And we'll take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll be talking to the former governor, or deputy governor, I should say, of Lagos State, who will be joining us to talk about the Patriots, the new constitution, the LG election in Lagos State, and the governance under Bola Tinubu. Join us in just a moment. We'll be right back.